If you'll forgive my appearance, I am not quite as dressed up as I usually am today. There's a reason for that. I'll get into it today on Tofer's Take. So ironically, that intro had almost next to nothing to do with what I want to talk about today, except for one minor thing. The reason why I'm not in a full suit is because I wanted to show off this tie a little. And as you can see, people have writ on it. If you look closely at that, you can kind of see the Sanctuary logo. About a year ago, I went out to Nashville. Have you ever been there? It's a good place to chill, but I had a chance to meet some of my friends out there and hang out with some family. And it was a beautiful day, and everybody was enjoying themselves, and I kind of had to depart myself for a little to go, but hang out with these guys, but it was worth it. But then something happened. See, I got a call from my sister, who's in Nashville as well. And a text saying, can I call her back? And of course I did. And my grandpa, who had been sick for a little while, he was getting old, and he wasn't doing so good. They said that he had anywhere from an hour to a week, and maybe 2 weeks at the most. So we finished what we had to do, packed everything up, and left. And as we're riding home, I'm sitting in the back of the truck thinking, can this truck go any faster? Can we get there soon enough? God, please, don't let there be traffic. Let everything just flow and let us get there soon. Have you ever been there? You're just wanting to get home and spend a little time you can with somebody. We get home late, and my mom goes to the nursing home where my dad's at, where my grandpa's at, sorry. We get home probably about 2 a.m., I think, and he passed away about 4 that morning. And I remember getting up and riding to church with one of my best friends, after hearing that news, and I really didn't want to go be with people, but I knew I had, I knew it was probably going to be good for me to get out and, talk to them. And I remember just breaking down in the back of her car, in her car, after I told her what happened. And that my grandpa, who was one of the most Christ-like people in my life, he had served, for over 50 years as a pastor or chaplain, passed away. And I just remember sitting in her car with her, and I just lost it. Have you ever been there? And going to the funeral, and all that. I don't really get along with my extended family too much. I don't see them, we don't talk that much, and I always feel like an odd sheep, around them. And it was one of the most, but I remember, the funeral. It didn't seem like a lot of people were there. And I'm like, where is everybody? This guy's been in the community for 50 years. There should be a bigger crowd here. And I was a little upset with that, Have you ever been there? Well, the story is about my grandpa, but I was thinking, it's Holy Week and Holy Weekend. Today is actually Good Friday as I'm recording this. And then Sunday is Easter. But what about Saturday? What was the disciples' mindset on Saturday? And can you imagine what they were going through? Even in the normal, natural, when we get the news somebody passed on, the family makes funeral plans, and we go through whole ranges of emotions, and And I'm sure, we all have been there, or been close to that in some way. And now you factor in that they're not just mourning, a dear close friend of them, a friend who's closer than a brother. But if they go anywhere, they might get shot, they might get killed, for following this guy. So the fear sets in. And I don't know if they were all together or apart, or what they were doing. I have my own thoughts and theories on that. We'll save that for another podcast. But I just want to take a moment and ask, if you can picture for just one moment what the disciples are feeling that Saturday. And ask yourself, have you ever been there? Or can you relate? Picture that sorrow, that sadness, and be like, man, have you ever experienced anything like that? Because if you have, I'm sure you can relate to their joy and their elation on Easter morning. See, sometimes you have to walk through those dark valleys to see the extraordinary light. That's all I got for you guys. Goodbye and God bless.